Hi girls, so I'm just leaving you some work here because I'm away in Ballyhass with the TYs. Your work for class today, Thursday, period 3. You have to complete the snake problem and the telephone box question here in class, okay? And this video is going to take you through completing both of them. At the teacher's desk you'll find this, and on the back side then is the telephone box. They're the questions I want you to do, so this one here and this one. So I'm going to take out the question there now and I'm going to work through it for anyone who needs to watch the video and complete it. So, first question here on the telephone box. All I would say is obviously you do your board or everything else there, girls. The title is Back to Basics. There's today's date. Now, the first question I'm going to do is the telephone box, and I'm going to do the snake question here. So, starting with the telephone box, what I want to do is we're going to work out our overall dimensions. The overall height from the bottom to the top is 205, and the overall length is not this, it's not 75, the 5/15s, it's actually up here, it's 75 plus 5 plus 5, which is 85, because the little green bit juts out. Okay, so that's what we're going to start off with. So a vertical line and a horizontal line, I'm going to start off with those. So starting off on the left hand side, pick a start point roughly about there, keep it quite low on your page. I'm going to do a construction line to start off with, nice light line, and I'm going to do a vertical line up. Now I'm going to measure 85 along the horizontal line, from 0 to 85, and I'm going to measure 205 up along the vertical line. Now I'm just going to have to move my visualizer here, girls, because so 205, I've actually done that way too close. It's gone up into my border. Bear with me there, guys, apologies. Should have done it down a little bit further. So starting again, apologies there now, girls. I'm going to do my vertical line down a little bit lower. Now, should hopefully fit a bit better. Starting here, as I said, measure 85. Made my little mark there for the 85. I'm now using my T-square and set square 0 on the start point, measuring up as far as 20.5. That's the height. So there we go. Now, there's the height. I'm going to transfer that across. Horizontal line and then a vertical line. T-square, set square working together. There's our vertical line. There's my rectangle. Everything is going to fit inside there. Now what I need to start doing is popping in the various measurements. Now the first measurement I'm going to do is a 5. Then I'm going to do the 5/15s and then the final 5. So, at the base down here with my set square, okay, I'm going to adjust the camera here, I'm going to zoom in. So you can see down here, starting here, I'm going to go, it's 85 long, as you can see, measure 5 mil, there's my 5. Now I'm going to move my 0 over onto that, I'm going to do 5/15s, 0 to 1.5, 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 15 is 45, plus 15 is 60, plus 15 is 75, and there's the 5 left over. So you can see here, 5, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 5. Now what I'm going to do, zoom out there, back full screen here, so you can see it almost. Now I'm going to put in my various heights. I've got 35, and then I have 6 20s, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Then I've got a 15, a 20, and a 15. So, starting with those, I'm going to measure the 35 from the base, from the ground, up 35, down to 35, move the 0 up, and I'm going to do 6 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 at the 10 and 120. And now, to finish off, after the 6 20s, we have a 15, a 20, and a 15. So, I'm just going to put it upside down here, put the 15 on the point, mark to the 0, put the 20 on the point, mark to the 0, and I should have 15 left over. And that's all my marks. So there we go, girls. Okay. Now, as you can see, I've done all my kind of guides. All I'm going to do to start off with these guys, I'm going to do lines going horizontally across. So there's my lines going horizontally across. Now I'm going to do vertical lines for these guys. And this first one here will go all the way to the tip top. This one here on the opposite side will go to the tip top as well. Now, before I even get into the little pattern, I'm going to heavy in the outline, and then I'm going to get into the kind of, I suppose, the window pattern then. So to heavy in the outline, that bit is heavied in there. Heavied up to here. Oh, sugar. I even made an error there, girls. Went too far. There. There. There we go. There's the outline, and I just heavied in a little bit much there. So we're about that bit there. Okay, now what I want to do, I've got the outline. To get the window pattern inside here, all I have to do is from my individual 15 marks, which I have down here. Okay, I'm just going to draw lines up. So, do it there. I'll actually heavy it in. Doesn't go the whole way. See how I line it up at the point? Just draw it from up here. You could draw it the whole way if you want, doesn't matter. And the reason I'm just using a heavy line is because I know where it goes between. And there we go. And now, these guys are heavy going across. So there is, girls, your first question complete, based on the telephone. Obviously, pause the video and stuff as you need to. That's the first question complete. Telephone box done on the left hand side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the snake on the right hand side. So, looking at the snake, what I always like to work out is the overall length, which is 100. What's the overall height? We have to add up these numbers, 25 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. All that adds up to there is 25 and 15 is 40, so that's 70. 70 and 55, so it's 125 tall. 125 in height. Okay, and the length is 100. So I'm going to make a box that's 100 long and 125 in height. Okay, make sure that's right. Yep. So over here, left hand side or right hand side, sorry, I'm going to pick a start point. That's going to be my start point right here, starting with a horizontal line and then a vertical line. T square, set square working together. Now, measuring up the height. My overall height is 125. See how I moved the 0 up onto the start point? Mark up as far as 12.5 centimeters. 125 millimeters. And on this line here, I'm going to mark from 0 out as far as 100. And all I'm going to do now is a vertical line from here and a horizontal line from here. Everything has to fit inside that box. I'm going to zoom in here so we see it a little bit better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the various heights. 25, 15, 15, 15 and 55. Starting here, I'm going to measure up 25. And if you want, move the 0 up if you don't want to do the maths. Then I've got 15, 3 15s, 15, 15 and 15, 15, 30, 45. There's my 3 15s. And I've got the 55 left over. There's my heights. Don't worry about that guy, that's just a little mark. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer construction lines across, because that's where the sections are broken up into. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the yellow section and the green section to start off with. So starting off with the first yellow section here. We can clearly see the yellow section goes along the 25, but there's a little bit of a tail here to represent obviously the tail of the snake. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, to get the green block, from this corner here, I'm going to measure in 10, and from that point there, we can clearly see it goes 70 over as far as here. On the next line up, to get this little angles line, how much do I have to measure in? We can clearly see the measurement in is 10. So, to show you that there, all I'm going to do is, on this line here, I'm going to measure in 10 to that mark, move the 0 over, measure 70, and from this mark here, measure back 10. So from the same line, measure in 10, and there we go. So all I've done here is I've measured 10, and then from here measured 70 extra, and then from here measured 10 back. So to complete that, watch this, these first two, that's just going to go up and up, and then I'm going to join this point to this guy, and there we go. Let's have all that information in now. So there is the first two little sections. Now I want to do the next yellow one and the next green one. So from this next yellow one, let's have a look at the measurements. Hard to see on the screen here, but for the measurement from the green, top of the green, it's, look, it says there, it's in 10, and then from that mark there, over as far as here, that's 50, okay? And then for the green guy and sitting on top of that, once we have the yellow guy drawn, it's in 15 and in 20. So, starting with the second block, apologies, I'll zoom up there a little further. Excuse me there, girls. So, very first mark, from this little guy here, I'm going to measure in 10, there's my 10, and from that mark, 50. Let's draw it in. From here, up, and up, to there. Now, from here, it's in 15, and then from that mark, 20. Nearly did 25. Very simple again. Up to there. Up to there. And we're nearly done. Finally, we have to do the head of the snake, and the head of the snake is in line with this guy. So if you follow and you track this line up, see that there? They're in line with each other. So if I follow that line up, it goes all the way to the top, and then from there, measure over 40. So, all I do, just from this guy here, follow the line up, heavy in that, and then at the very tip top, measure 40. There's my 40 mark, do my line down, do my line across, and across, and then finally it tells us draw in two little eyes, best you can. Sure, a lot of you can do much better than me there. And then sure, there we go. Nice and easy, girls. That there is your work for Thursday's class. Completing the telephone box and completing the snake. Hope you find those videos helpful, girls, okay?